You know, a couple is really something special when they can make you laugh, cry, and cringe all in the span of one scene. And when it comes to Toya Bush Harris and Eugene Harris, oh honey, they are serving us a full buffet of realness, drama, and chaos we can't get enough of. I finally sat down and watched the reunion, and whoo, let me tell you, Toya and Eugene are giving the people what they came for. The chemistry, the humor, the messy drama, it's all there, raw and unfiltered. But wait, is everything really as perfect as it looks? Or are there cracks hiding behind that laughter? Buckle up because we're diving deep into the beautiful, messy world of Toya and Eugene. If you've been riding the roller coaster that is Married to Medicine, then you already know. Toya and Eugene are the couple to watch. They're the ones who can go from joking and cackling to screaming and back to giggling like high school sweethearts in the blink of an eye. And honestly, their chemistry is so magnetic, it makes the rest of us wish we had someone to fight and laugh with like that. Now, what really spices things up is watching them at the reunion shows. Because baby, that's where the masks come off. It's not just jokes and kisses. This is where the real emotions bubble to the surface. And in this latest reunion, Toya and Eugene gave us everything. The drama, the love, the little side eyes, you name it. In this tea-spilling video breakdown, we're unpacking why Toya and Eugene are undefeated when it comes to reality TV couples. Why they're so real, so relatable, and maybe even a little messier than they let on. We're talking outrageous Toya moments, Eugene's epic reactions, secret tensions hiding in plain sight, and why the world simply can't look away. Stick with me, because by the end of this deep dive, you're going to see Toya and Eugene's love story in a whole new light. And trust me, you're not ready for the tea we're about to pour. When it comes to Toya and Eugene, there's one thing that keeps the world hooked: their crazy, electric chemistry. But what exactly makes their dynamic so dang addictive? Let's get into it. Toya, with her bold, unfiltered mouth, says what everyone else is too scared to say. No filter, no apologies. Whether she's throwing shade with a champagne flute in hand or clowning someone to their face, Toya's larger-than-life persona is pure TV gold. Now you would think that energy would be way too much for most men, but not Eugene. Eugene handles her like a seasoned pro. Whether he's laughing it off or giving her one of his priceless "here we go again" side eyes, Eugene's reactions are just as iconic as Toya's wild antics. And then there are those blink and you miss it moments that say everything. Like that time at the reunion where Toya popped off with an off-the-wall comment and Eugene just sat there shaking his head with a smirk. That tiny smirk, baby, it tells the whole story. Because here's the real tea. Eugene doesn't try to dim Toya's light. He embraces her chaos. He celebrates it. And that speaks volumes about the foundation of their marriage: patience, understanding, and a crazy amount of love. But hold up. Is Eugene's chill vibe truly about love and respect? Or is it hiding something deeper? Like maybe there are moments when Toya's antics aren't so cute. Maybe Eugene's calmness masks some frustration? Oh, we're digging into that later in this video, boo. For now, just know, the humor, the side eyes, the quick wit, that's why fans are obsessed. But what about the serious stuff? Do Toya and Eugene ever show us the cracks beneath the laughs? Oh, get ready, because we're about to get real messy. While Toya and Eugene's hilarious chemistry is what keeps us coming back for more, make no mistake, there's way more to their relationship than just the laughs and lighthearted jabs. Behind the giggles, there's real life, real stress, real struggles. And if you've been paying attention during the reunion specials, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Those moments where the jokes fade and the heavy, unspoken tension creeps into the room? Whew, it's palpable. Reality check. Raising a family, juggling careers, and building a marriage under the unforgiving glare of reality TV cameras is no joke. And Toya and Eugene are living proof that no matter how good you look on Instagram, life behind the scenes can be messy. Take, for example, one of their reunion showdowns. It started with playful banter, sure, but then shifted into something way deeper, a discussion about their finances, future goals, and relationship priorities. Toya, as always, came in hot, talking passionately, emotionally, almost like she was performing for the room. Meanwhile, Eugene sat there, calm, cool, collected, until he finally broke his silence and spoke from the heart. He wasn't just nodding along or playing nice, he was real, raw, vulnerable. And y'all, the truth came out. Eugene admitted that sometimes he feels overshadowed, that Toya's big, bold personality can leave him feeling like a background character in his own marriage. And let's be real, for a man who's accomplished so much professionally, that stings. It was a small moment, a blink and you miss it type of thing, but it spoke volumes about the complexities brewing just below their picture-perfect exterior. Now, the real question is, How does Toya handle it when Eugene drops a truth bomb like that? Does she step up and support him? Or does her need to stay center stage get in the way? The answer isn't so black and white, and that's what makes their relationship so complicated and so freaking fascinating to watch. Because for all the love, there are cracks. And once you notice them, you can't unsee them. Still, despite all the little cracks and underlying tensions, Toya and Eugene keep pulling us back in. Why? Because just when you think they're about to crash and burn, they have these beautiful, gut-wrenching, soulful moments that remind you why you fell in love with them in the first place. Breakthroughs. Raw, real emotional breakthroughs. Like that unforgettable private reunion moment when the cameras almost forgot to pan in. Eugene, usually so cool and composed, got vulnerable. He opened up about fatherhood. The fear, the pressure, the constant weight on his shoulders to be the rock of the family. You could see it written all over his face. This wasn't a TV moment. This was real life seeping through the cracks. And Toya? Even Toya, who usually meets everything with jokes and snark, was visibly shaken. She listened, like really listened. She didn't roll her eyes. She didn't deflect. She held space for him. And in turn, Toya let her guard down too. She admitted that sometimes her extra behavior is just a shield, a way to protect herself from the brutal judgment of living her life out loud in the public eye. It was raw, it was messy, it was beautiful. It reminded us that beneath all the flashy moments and shady one-liners, these two are in it together. They're not just reality TV gold. They're real partners. But let's not get it twisted. The growth didn't come easy, not by a long shot. After that emotional breakthrough, Toya still had her moments, getting frustrated when Eugene didn't immediately swoop in with answers or rescue plans when she hit career roadblocks. She wanted action. She wanted someone to fix it. And Eugene? He stayed true to form, calm, methodical, asking her what she wanted, making her own her decisions. It annoyed Toya in the moment. Girl, it really did. But deep down, she needed that, because Eugene isn't just there to coddle her. He's there to challenge her, to make her stronger. And that, my friends, is what separates a real relationship from just a cute Instagram one. Now let's get into the real tea, because while Toya and Eugene may look like the definition of relationship goals on TV, the truth is, they're fighting battles the cameras barely catch. Public scrutiny, constant judgment, social media dragging. Oh honey, they've seen it all. But Toya and Eugene, they've made it clear. They're not here to perform for us. They're here for each other. They've had the hard conversations. They've set the boundaries. And even when it's tough, even when fans are dragging them, when headlines are messy, when the world's telling them to act a certain way, they choose each other again and again and again. Now comes the million-dollar question everyone's been whispering behind closed doors. Can they survive this forever? Can Toya and Eugene keep their love alive under the suffocating pressure of fame, judgment, and expectations? Spoiler alert, it's not gonna be easy. Because honey, the true battle isn't what happens on Bravo. It's what happens when the cameras turn off, the makeup comes off, and it's just the two of them facing the real world together. And guess what? That's where we're heading next. When the cameras stop rolling, when the designer clothes come off, when it's just Toya and Eugene alone in their home with no audience to perform for, that's when the real test begins. Because let's be real, being a reality TV couple isn't just a job, it's a battlefield. Toya, with her fierce independence and endless energy, is always out there sharing pieces of their life on social media, in interviews, on camera. She's transparent, she's vulnerable, she invites the world into their highs and lows. And while that openness is one of the reasons fans love her, it also makes her an easy target for criticism. From her parenting skills to her career choices to her relationship with Eugene, Toya has heard it all. People criticize the way she dresses, the way she talks, the way she controls Eugene. And yet, she keeps showing up unapologetically, relentlessly. Meanwhile, Eugene plays his role behind the scenes. The calm, the rock, the man who quietly holds it all together while the world scrutinizes his every move. He's not the type to air out his emotions for the world to see, but that doesn't mean he doesn't feel the weight. There are days, Toya has hinted, when the criticism gets to him, when he feels like no matter what he does, he's seen as too passive, too quiet, too in Toya's shadow. And those are the moments that no Instagram filter can hide. The reality, their marriage works because they've created a delicate, sometimes fragile balance. Toya's fire fuels Eugene's steady flame, and Eugene's calmness grounds Toya's stormy energy. But it's not effortless. It's not some fairy tale. It's work, hard, unglamorous, heartbreaking work, especially now, when the pressures of staying relevant in the cutthroat world of reality TV are more brutal than ever. New cast members, new storylines, new controversies. In a landscape that eats up couples and spits them out for breakfast, how long can Toya and Eugene really hold on? One thing's for sure, they've made it farther than most. While other couples crumble under the pressure, start fake beefs for clout, or sell their souls for a headline, Toya and Eugene stay focused on what matters: their family, their business ventures, their love. But even with all their strength, even with all their loyalty, there's no denying it. The pressure is real and it's growing. Fans want more drama, producers want more chaos. The industry wants them to either crash and burn or morph into something unrecognizable. And Toya and Eugene? They're fighting every day not to lose themselves in it. Maybe that's what makes them so magnetic. Not the perfection, not the picture-perfect Instagram posts, but the imperfection, the cracks that show when no one's supposed to be looking, the moments where you realize they're just two people trying to love each other in a world that's hell-bent on tearing love apart. And yes, there have been rough patches. Yes, there have been arguments, doubts, frustrations, and nights where one wondered if it was all worth it. But every time, they chose each other. And that choice? That's more powerful than any reality TV storyline. Still, the road ahead isn't easy. The entertainment industry is brutal. The standards are impossible. The public is ruthless. Fans wonder, will Toya and Eugene stay true to themselves? Or will the endless thirst for fame and relevance eventually wear them down? Only time will tell. But if there's one thing we've learned from watching their chaotic, beautiful, hilarious, heartbreaking journey, it's this: Toya and Eugene aren't perfect, but they're real. And in a world built on illusions, that's everything. Final word. At the end of the day, behind the glitz, the glam, and the messy reunions, Toya and Eugene are just two people trying to hold on to each other in a world that's constantly pulling them apart. They're messy, they're beautiful, they're unapologetically human. And honestly, we wouldn't want it any other way. Wouldn't want it any